What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darren's Competitive Pokemon. I'm going to be playing a game on PTCGO here with Gardevoir GX. Gardevoir GX has just proven itself to be the best deck in standard format. I think that I'm not the only one who sees this. I think there's a lot of people out there, a lot of competitive players who are kind of watching the metagame narrow down to just, at first, there was like a handful of decks. There's Gardevoir variants, maybe there's Volcanion, and maybe there's Gardevoir GX. But the more and more games that I log in the standard format, the more that I'm just coming to realize that I think a lot of competitive players are coming to realize that Gardevoir GX is the deck to beat. It easily, out of those top handful of decks, Gardevoir GX easily has the best matchups against Volcanion, the best matchups against Garbodor decks, and it can even hang with decks that are built to beat it. You know, it can hang with your metal decks. It can hang with your Greninja decks as well. There are ways to be able to build this so that it can deal with those other threats too. So Gardevoir GX is just proving itself to be this super well-rounded archetype. We can see here, I'm playing against a super interesting deck here. I'm very excited actually to be across from this. This is cool. I haven't really seen a lot of Silvally builds in action yet, so this looks like it is a Silvally Buzzwole GX deck, and surely they are going to be using Silvally GX to power up their Buzzwole GX for big knuckle impacts. I imagine that that is what they're going for. So let's take a look here and see what my options are. I can Ultra Ball for a Lele, get a turn 1 Bridget if I happen to have not prized my Bridget. I think I'm probably going to have to get rid of the Acerola and the N, and then I guess I'm just going to go for a turn 2 Sycamore if that is a possibility. It looks like I do have my Bridget, so I'm going to go ahead, get the Lele, and Wonder Tag, grab Bridget. I'll do the whole energy evolution thing. So let's go ahead, do that. We're going to Bridget, going to energy evolution my Eevee, get a turn 1 Sylveon. Now, unfortunately, we didn't start the Float Stone, so we won't be able to get it into the active position, but it is still a very strong play. And I'll get the Remoraid too since I didn't prize the Octillery. So we are getting our little all-star setup here. That's super sweet. Yes, well, energy evolution. Let's go get that Rainbow Rare Sylveon. That's right. There we go. And this deck is just very consistent. I mean, the Sylveon GX really brings a lot to the table with Magical Ribbon, really brings a lot to the table with that Plea GX as well. You can even imagine if I'm playing against this deck, my opponent loads up a couple of Buzzwoles, I could come in and just Plea GX, lift them up. I think that is very good. You know, reset their energy acceleration that they spent all that time doing. Now, Silvally GX, I think, is a pretty good Pokemon. I mean, gives all these basic Pokemon free retreat. That is nice. I mean, you definitely can't complain about that. Being able to just get this type null out of the active, super cool. You know, combines with Buzzwole very well too, since you're going to be able to just swing that Buzzwole into the active position. But I'm wondering, how do they plan on getting the 3 energy onto this Silvally GX so that they can Turbo Drive, you know, or do they plan on using Turbo Drive at all? I think that, you know, maybe Max Elixir was their game plan, but unfortunately you can see that they whiffed their Max Elixirs on the first turn of the game, so that was a little rough. We got a little bit of an awkward situation here because my opponent is just going to be able to come out very aggressively and, you know, knock out one of these, you know, one of these Ralts next turn, which is rough, but let's just go ahead with the Sycamore. You can see they also did get the Po-Town, but I am going to be able to Field Blower that, so that's nice. Let's Field Blower the Po-Town and that Choice Band, and then I am going to be able to save this Ralts by evolving it, and I got the Float Stone, so that's nice because I get to keep my double colorless energy too, so that is great. Coming in, and we will Magical Ribbon. I'm going to get the Octillery. I'm also going to get a Rare Candy. No, they're definitely knocking out that Ralts. So I'll get another Ralts, and I will get a Fairy Energy so that I could actually start accelerating and maybe attack. So let's just get those things and see what my opponent does. So, you know, next turn, you imagine they take a knockout here on the Ralts. And that's just showing how good Buzzwole is. You know, Buzzwole, very aggressive Pokemon, gets out there early. Wow, and they do play their Psychic Memories. They play these kind of cards in there. So that is interesting. They are able to give that Silvally GX some alternative typing here. And the hand that I actually got end into here is super good. So that is promising as well. I don't like that their Buzzwoles all have this free retreat. That is super annoying actually. And I could see here, the synergy between Silvally and Buzzwole GX. Now, let's see what we got going on. They did not get their Potown back, so I do like that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use the rare candy here. I just, have to go straight into the Gardevoir GX, so I will do that. I think I am going to save the rare candy, though. I'm just going to Ultra Ball for a Guardy. And then I think I'm just going to end while I still have, 6 prize cards. And I'll save my Sycamores for the end of the game. So let's end. And I think here that I could Ultra Ball. I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Choice Band and the Sylveon. And I'm going to grab another Ralts. And then I can accelerate onto my Guardy with that Secret Spring. So we're going to do that. And then I'll Magical Ribbon one more time after this Abyssal Hand. Maybe if I get a double colorless energy, I'll just Fairy Wind. I do. And I'm actually okay with that. So I think I will just probably Fairy Wind my opponent, put some pressure on. I expect them to play a lot of Ace of Rolos though, so that's like a little annoying. But I think at this point, I guess I could Magical Ribbon if they don't end. Okay, I think I will Magical Ribbon. All right, and I'm just going to get the rare candy with the attempt to try and save that Ralts there before it gets knocked out. So I'll do that. And that way, if I can get 2 Gardevoirs into play, I think I really am, poised to do pretty well this matchup. So that really is going to be the main goal. I'm going to get Rare Candy, Field Blower, and maybe the Parallel City could be good. Let's just go ahead and get another Ralts. Let's do that. So we're going to get these 3 cards, commit to that. That way, I'm just continuing to feed Ralts into play so that I could continue to evolve them up as well. If my opponent does not... Okay, so they brought up this Gardevoir GX. They're going to Gyro unit, or maybe they Rebel. They Rebel GX. Do they knock me out? Do they have the Choice Band? Oh my gosh, that would be insane. So I would really be in a bad spot if they Rebel GX here. 50 damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Oh my gosh, they got 200. I already have the 30 on me. Oh, they just got me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was really good. Heads up play by my opponent. Yikes, that just escalated very quickly. So that is not good. Let's see what we could do here. I'm going to want to end. Also going to want to Rare Candy into my own Gardevoir GX. So we're going to do that. This is really tough. Wow. So let's Secret Spring onto myself. I'm going to slap down that other Ralts. And I think here oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, that's a tough call. I think I do just end. I think this turn I need to not be messing around. I think I probably do need to Fairy Wind here, but they have free retreat on other guys. I mean, I could Plea GX, lift up both their Buzzwoles, but that doesn't seem very good either because they only have 1 energy on them. If they had like 2 or 3, I could see it for sure. So let's just Fairy Wind, start to put some pressure on the opponent. My opponent has gone down to 3 prizes. That insane Rebel GX attack. I mean, wow, that really came out of nowhere and was able to just take out my biggest Gardevoir GX. So that was super rough. And now you could imagine, maybe they start to Jet Punch a little bit more and could just devolve, a few Pokemon for game. I mean, things are definitely getting stressful. I did save my Field Blower here, so I do have the option to devolve that. I do like that. They are going to Jet Punch, but that's not going to knock me out. I'm still kicking over here, so I'm fine with that. I could end them one more time, but things are looking stressful for sure. Let's go ahead, Field Blower this and the Choice Band. And then I think what I could rescue Stretcher to get the Curlia. I think I'll do that. Let's put Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. Let's go ahead and grab that Curlia. And then I think I am going to have to Fairy Wind one more time. Now you could see I could Guzma up the Silvally and knock that out just while I have the option to. I think that that actually seems fine. I'm not like totally annoyed with that. My opponent, then would have to, Jet Punch a few more times. I think I do want to just grab the. I think I do want to grab the. Let's bring that up. I'm going to send up my Octillery. I got the Float Stone. But who do I want to knock this out with? Do I want to knock it out with a Sylveon, or do I want to knock it out with my Gardevoir GX? I think I do. I don't knock it out with Gardevoir GX. So we got to go Sylveon. All right, let's go ahead, take care of this thing finally so we can just get this out the way. Then, next turn, we need to start drawing into some stuff. Like we need to get, here we go. Okay. We need to start knocking out some Buzzwoles. So that's going to evolve DCEs. We might need, do I have another Choice Band in deck? I don't. So going to need DCEs, going to need multiple Fairy Energies. You can see here my opponent is just going for that Espeon play. And it's super cool because they have Silvally GX, so they could easily get Espeon into the active position. They're going to be able to knock out the Sylveon with that. And I don't have a Curlia underneath this Guardy, so that is just super annoying. And it's just going to cause me a lot of problems. Espeon is just super good, so that is definitely annoying here. My opponent's going to go down to 2 prizes, and you can see this deck is not all that bad. Like, my opponent's deck is definitely putting on way more pressure than I anticipated. They were really able to, take out that big threat with the Rebel GX there, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't take that into the equation here when I was going through my plays. I just kind of forgotten about that, so that was my bad. But if I could punish my opponent's Espeon here, knock it out with a big Gardevoir, they happen to end me into the rare candy here. I think my play is to just Sycamore and 3/6, 9/12, Sycamore, and just say, like, you know what? My opponent won't be able to win if I just knock this thing out. So that, I think, is the best play. And I can also maybe Parallel City my opponent, just make things a little harder on them. They'll probably just have to get rid of that Tapu Lele, but I'm fine with that. Just going to get it out of my deck just so that I don't draw it back in case my opponent does end me. Maybe might put them in a weird position, but I don't think they have anything that can necessarily deal with this Gardevoir GX at this point. And if they do, somehow Espeon me up again, then I do have this Curlia here on the bench and can just, evolve this Curlia into a Gardevoir. Oh, but if they Espeon, I would have to find another rare candy, so that would definitely be annoying if they are able to get that Espeon back. They could kind of stop my momentum there. However, I only need to take one more knockout. They would have to get like Rescue Stretcher Energy in order to pull that off. I think I only have 2 rare candies, in the discard pile. So apparently in my bottom 5 cards, I have like a couple more rare candies. So the odds of me being able to hit rare candy again are pretty high. My opponent left me with this big hand. You can see they are going for the Espeon play again. I think that's all they got is the Espeon play. Otherwise they can't just afford to Jet Punch. They don't have enough energy to Knuckle Impact. Also, another weakness of this deck that I'm seeing is that they're not playing strong energy. They only play the basic fighting and the double colorless energy. So they do have a little bit of a harder time reaching those critical numbers with Knuckle Impact that, that a different deck might reach. So, okay, that's it. That's game. It looks like they're going for Jet Punch. I've got all the energy I need in order to take this out. So things definitely got weird there. Props to my opponent for showing me a good game with an archetype that I've never seen before, but we got there. So thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what you think of Gardevoir GX. Let me know what you think of these Silvally decks. Do you think these Silvally decks have what it takes to compete in standard format at the top tier of the game? Or do you think that they're more or less just gimmicky and kind of are going to fall by the wayside? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.